Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It is Tim with Heritage Springs Farm, and in today's video we're going to be doing some brush hogging, cleaning up some more of our fields. I have currently cleaned 3 of our fields and they look a lot better. They've grown back in. I did those roughly about 2 to 3 weeks ago and they've come back in very full and they're looking amazing. Today isn't as more as for grazing purposes as much as we're going to be mowing this field that we're getting ready to go into for deer season. So it's the beginning of September and it's about time to get some bows out and start tuning those for deer season. And then also later, after the bow season kind of ends or is wrapping up, we're going to go in and probably do some hunting with my new 308 rifle, and looking forward to hopefully get something. Dove season did start up as well for us, and unfortunately we haven't gotten anything yet. We've seen a few birds here and there. I was almost tempted to put a shotgun in the tractor, just maybe so I can actually get something. But we'll see what happens out there in the paddock. There's a few wet spots, so if it cuts away and then all of a sudden I'm down in a hole, don't worry, that's normal. All right, that's normal mowing things. But without further ado, let's turn on the tractor, get it hooked up to the brush hog, and then get going with this field. So yeah. All right, guys, it's been about an hour or so, and yeah, it's hot out here. The only reason I wear the hat is because the shade isn't quite good enough on the tractor. Sometimes going up the slope, and I got really bad sunburn last time, and I'm not doing that again. So let me show y'all what we got here. So the area that we're gonna put the feeder is right back here. We're just gonna do some deer corn because this isn't really a pasture we graze anymore. And it's kind of just in a random place where it doesn't really matter. We don't have cows right now either, so that's going to help hunting this year. So we're going to put a feeder out right in the middle of this little area out here. My buddy shot a deer from one of these trees, like right here. I think he shot it that way. It was going that way, or it actually may have been over here. Somewhere in this area, he shot a deer last season, and it went very well. The pigs out here are insane. There's so many wallows and just everything out here. So it was very bumpy, but I did kind of clear an area to where we could set up the feeder, and then my brother and I could get in our little deer blind, set it up right here at the base of these trees, I'm thinking. And if there's pigs out here, which there's definitely pig wallows, like where they went and rooted and everything, all in this area. And so this is like the perfect area. I think branches overhang a little bit, and pigs can be smart, but also they can be kind of dumb. So I think having a blind right there might help out a lot. And we might be able to pick off some pigs for some bacon. But one of the other areas I've kind of mowed is up in here. 3 more trees. Their center run, you could probably do a deer blind in, or a deer stand up in the middle of that one. But then I was thinking as well, you could just stick a deer blind behind those 3 trees. And you have kind of this runway that shoots like right down into here. And I mean, we have neighbors, but they're back there a ways and back there a ways. There's a good amount of woods and elevation change. Our property, I mean, you can see that's just straight uphill. You're probably like 100 feet below where our barn sits up there. More than that. It's crazy how much our property has so many hills. And it's for Texas as well. You wouldn't expect this is Texas, but it's very pretty out here. And I think this year will be a really good year for hunting with that area, this area. And I mean, if anyone wanted to get up in a tree over there, I mean, they really could. And then you have this area where he's previous shot, where my buddy shot one last year. He shot a nice doe. And I mean, it's all pretty normal grass. It'll grow up by the time deer season's here, so there will actually be some nice little forage for them. But we're gonna get the feeder out here probably this evening and get that set up, and then some corn in it, and then we'll probably set up a game camera as well to kind of have around it. And we'll see what comes up. I think there'll be some pigs, most definitely some pigs. They're up here. They're all over our property, and then hopefully we'll see some deer as soon as we put out some corn. And if we can start getting them up throughout September, that'd be really good for both seasons that we're getting ready to come hunt. All right, well, I'm gonna make one more pass and then probably wrap it up from here. So I got a nice little trail going out just to help getting in and out for any vehicle purposes, and see if animals want to use it as well. Because if we get some pigs coming up this as well, it might be another nice little choke point that you could kind of shoot at them. But yeah, that kind of does it for the mowing portion of this paddock. Alright guys, it's Monday now, a few days after I came down and actually mowed the grass. And it's looking great. It's definitely dried out pretty well. And I'm gonna quickly put up the deer feeder. I'm thinking thinking to put it like right in this area because there's that grouping of trees where I'm gonna have maybe a deer blind or even a tree stand up down that middle one, or even like that pine tree right there. If it's small enough, it might just barely be. Ours right here behind the truck, that grouping of trees right there also has an alleyway straight shot to right here. And so I'm thinking just right here will be good. I'll probably put it like more like right here, honestly, just to keep it away from the woods a little more and see if we can get stuff to come out, because obviously if stuff's just gonna sit right there, that's not gonna be really worth this. So honestly, I may even move the truck and put it kind of right where my truck's sitting, because that's even more of a great, like kind of perfect shot. So I'm gonna probably put some corn in it and then maybe spread some out around it, just to see, help entice stuff over here and see what comes up. We'll set up a feeding schedule on that. I'm gonna have my brother do that, and he can come down and put up the game cameras, and we'll see what starts coming in. So yeah.